Fortnite used to feel simple, a weird little battle royale with cartoon graphics, goofy dances, and a giant purple cube rolling across the map for absolutely no reason. But now, Fortnite is everywhere. Marvel, Star Wars, anime, rappers, TV shows, movies, sports stars. At this point, opening Fortnite feels less like loading into a game and more like walking into the world's biggest crossover event. And somehow, it's working, because during the Simpsons season, Fortnite reportedly reached around 80 million players. 80 million, which raises a big question. Are collabs destroying Fortnite's identity, or are they literally saving the game? Back in Chapter 1, Fortnite had something most games could only dream of: identity. The game felt unique, original, chaotic in the best way possible. The default skins became icons. Characters like Jonesy, Peely, and Drift became gaming legends, and the storyline, nobody fully understood it, but everyone cared. The Seven, Kevin the Cube, the 0 Point. Fortnite felt like its own little universe. Then in 2018, everything changed. The first massive collab arrived: Thanos. And honestly, people lost their minds. Because back then, collabs felt special. It wasn't normal to see movie characters inside games like this. It felt almost impossible, but Epic realized something incredibly important. When Fortnite collaborates with something huge, the entire internet talks about it. And from that moment onward, Fortnite would never be the same again. At some point, Fortnite stopped trying to compete with other battle royales. Instead, it started becoming a platform, and that completely changed everything, because now Fortnite wasn't just competing with games anymore, it was competing for attention. Think about it. Every time Fortnite announced a new crossover, social media would explode. Even people who quit the game years ago suddenly returned. Wait, Darth Vader is in the game? They added Homer Simpson. Spider-Man has a new skin. Epic mastered the art of bringing players back. And honestly, it works better than almost anything else in gaming right now, because Fortnite understands something most live service games don't. People don't just visit Fortnite anymore. People just don't play Fortnite anymore, they visit it. Here's the reality most players don't want to admit: Fortnite needs collabs now, not because Epic ran out of ideas, but because collabs keep the game culturally relevant. And relevancy is everything. Every crossover introduces Fortnite to entirely new audiences: anime fans, Marvel fans, Star Wars fans, music fans. Some players some players download Fortnite for the gameplay. Others download it because their favorite character finally got added, and once they're in, they stay. That's genius, because Fortnite basically turned fandom into marketing. The Simpsons collab is a perfect example. Even people who haven't touched Fortnite in years were suddenly talking about the game again. Memes everywhere, TikToks everywhere, YouTube videos everywhere. Because seeing Homer Simpson crank 90s with a shotgun is so absurd, people have to talk about it. And that's exactly why these collabs matter. Not every collab is about gameplay. Some are about keeping Fortnite in the conversation. And clearly, it's working. But even though collabs are helping Fortnite survive, they are also changing what Fortnite actually is. Because sometimes it feels like original Fortnite is disappearing. Remember when original characters Remember when original characters used to dominate the game? Now every lobby looks like a multiverse collapse. You got Goku fighting Peter Griffin while Travis Scott runs past Master Chief. And honestly, it can feel a little overwhelming. Some players miss when Fortnite felt more grounded in its own story, when live events focused more on characters instead of promoting the next crossover. Because nowadays, some seasons feel like less like chapters in Fortnite's own story and more like advertisements. And I understand why people hate that, because when everything becomes a collab, nothing feels special anymore. That's the danger Fortnite faces right now. But here's but here's the truth. Gaming changed, attention span changed, the internet changed, and Fortnite adapted faster than almost any game ever made. That's why it survived. While so many other live service games faded away, Fortnite consistently relevance itself. Even when people complain, they still come back because nobody does scaling like Fortnite, nobody does spectacle like Fortnite, and absolutely nobody understands internet culture better than Epic Games. That's why collabs aren't just extra content anymore, they are Fortnite now. And honestly, without them, I genuinely think the game would struggle to stay this relevant, because in 2026, Fortnite isn't powered by Battle Royale alone anymore. It's powered by moments, crossovers, events, surprises, conversations. That's what keeps the game alive. Fortnite changed a lot, and for some players, that change ruined the magic, but for others, that change is the reason they're still playing. Collabs didn't kill Fortnite, they evolved it. The real challenge now is balance, because Fortnite needs crossovers, but it also needs identity. It needs new characters, new stories, new lore, not just brands. Otherwise, one day, Fortnite could stop feeling like Fortnite entirely. And maybe that's the real question, not whether collabs are saving Fortnite, but whether Fortnite can survive becoming only collabs.